Hey, I'm Steven Spitz, the Pet Man for BigApplePetSupply.com, bringing intelligent pet products to your door. So I have something really unique to show today, which is the new Biobubble Reptile Habitat Kit. This is with the clear riser. We're also going to do one with the mesh riser because it comes in two different ways. But this is the clear one, and obviously you're going to use this for a more tropical reptile. And potentially you can also use the mesh riser, which is this, for a tropical animal like a chameleon, because they need more ventilation. But this is great for frogs. This could be good for king snakes, milk snakes. There's actually on the back here a grid of ventilation, so you've got that flow that comes upward and up through the ventilation. There are ventilation rings on the top here, so you've got a good flow of ventilation. So I don't have any concerns about what kind of reptile you're going to put in. Some people will like the clear, some people will like to use the mesh grid. One thing that I'll point out right away, you need to make sure that your animal, it cannot fit through the 1/2-inch mesh either here or on the back of here. So that's the one caveat, is like, don't put in little tiny snakes or things that are going to fit through that 1/2-inch area. So you can do frogs and things like that, but they just can't be small enough to fit through. So enough about that area. But what I like about this whole kit is it's unique. There's nothing on the market that is like this. This is like your 360-degree view. So you could sit it in the middle of something and be able to walk all the way around it, or you can make it like we kind of have here, which is kind of a more 280-degree view, where you're kind of being able to look at it from many different angles. And we've done a very simplistic kind of setup, but it really works for putting in any kind of animal. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of how this works here. This basically comes apart in pieces. So I'm going to put Sammy inside of here so you get a little bit of a visual of what a snake or something like this would look like. Now this is a pretty good sized snake. This snake is about 4 feet now. And there we go. There you go, Sammy. Enjoy. So, I'm also going to let you know that, and by the way, these pieces are assembled with clips. So each piece just snaps on like that, and now completely able to lift this up with no problem. So it's a very safe environment. You don't have to worry about your animals escaping or anything like that. I really think this is a unique looking cage. And by the way, you know, Sammy's like moving things around already. There is one trick that we do here when we want to keep things in place, is that we put Velcro on the bottom of the cage and on the bottom of the piece that we're trying to hold in place. This way you can get it out, clean it, do whatever you can, but this way the animal's not going to push it and knock it all over, so it will continue to look really cool. With this particular enclosure, you do have some options here, which I want to get to. You don't have to use this middle piece. Like if you want to keep it shorter, you can. You can put this directly on this. Of course, most people are going to want to take advantage of this complete 30-inch height. Now, this is a screened-in area. My recommended way of going with this is a mini deep dome and a daylight 40-watt bulb. That produces temperatures at like 78 to 80 at the bottom and closer to the upper 90s at the very top. So you've got that great range that the reptile can go down if it wants to get cooler, and thermoregulate if it wants to go higher. It gets heated up. So that's great. Now, last thing I really want to cover, other than, you know, this whole thing is about design, right? Because it's really cool looking. But what's unique about this too is you technically do not have to have this dome in here. So, comes with all these things, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to take this dome out real quick. Okay. Okay. So now what we do is we're going to take off this piece here. Okay. That, again, this is just a screened-in circular area. And we're going to put this on top because the coolest thing about this is, if you don't need heating at the top, right? Now, you've got use of this full area. And, the cap, yes. Cap goes into place, seals it, but you still again got ventilation up here, you got the ventilation back here. Now you got the full 30-inch area. So you could put branches to go even higher. So let's say you're doing a red-eyed tree frog setup. You don't need the dome and the heating at the top. You literally could get away with a heat mat, getting some heat going up, and that'll work out perfectly fine. So there are a lot of times when you're not going to need to utilize that area for a dome, but if you do, I love the mini deep dome. I love a 40-watt bulb in there, and that works great. If you want to heat it from below, a heat mat works out great. There are so many ways to heat these enclosures. If you want to, if you want to call us and we could go over the specific type of animal that you have, we can certainly do that and cover everything for you. But again, this is the Biobubble. This is with the clear riser kit. This is with the mesh riser kit. They're available in our reptile cages at Big Apple, the reptile cage department at bigapplepetsupply.com. And I'm Steven Spitz, the Pet Man, and I thank you for watching.